Hey.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Oh, where's Gareth? Oh, there he is.
Gareth disappeared. Hey.
I thought we had 4.
I have to get all my tapes ready.
What's happening, guys?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you.
Welcome our guest, special guest, Master of the 80s.
Yes, welcome, Master of the 80s.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Yep, chin chin. Thank you very much for having me on, guys. It's very much appreciated.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming by.
Definitely.
So, let's see. Get back in the chat here fast. The chat's building up. Hey, Russell, what's happening, Russell?
Hey, Rust.
Len Dizzy's up in here. What up, boys?
What's up, Lindog?
Hey, Lindog.
Hey, Echo.
Echo.
Oh, Professor's here.
Oh,
Greetings
man.
Hey, man, you okay?
Congratulations, Professor.
Yes, congratulations on
Yeah, definitely.
YouTube Entertainer of the Month.
It's going to go to his head now.
What's up, Mondo Cinema?
Yeah, we're near the end of this.
I hope it does because it creates good content, so I'm down with it.
Yeah.
That badass shirt, Master of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
MNT for
Oh,
life.
you are nearly power.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Nice. Well, Sean Blue Digitals. Hey, Sean, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by, man.
Sean.
Hey, nice.
Wow, we got a bunch of people hanging out already off the bat.
Yeah, good.
They come to see Cap dressed up in his hat and pirate and his patch and shit.
Yeah.
In his proper attire. Wow, look at that.
Well, I appreciate that, but if you guys came to do that, you really, man, you need better hobbies.
It's a special night, man. It's a special night, man. You're suited up like I'm excited about it.
Yeah, well, sometimes I put on my formals.
What's happening, Franz?
Franz Sanchez.
Franz. Cap always makes an effort.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
Most definitely.
Well, thank you. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. 60% of the time, he makes an effort every time.
Yep. 60% of the time, I do it all the time.
Everybody saying hello, hello. Yeah, so Master of 80s, Tony, right?
Yes, Tony. Yes.
Tony, Adam, Gareth, Rob, of course.
Hello.
So we're here some 80s shit.
Yeah. It's there's plenty of treasures to choose from.
Oh yeah.
I just every time I do a show.
Yeah, very funny, Brad. Very funny.
Nice.
Yeah, can we have your phone voice today, please?
Horror Cat Dad's here. What's
hey,
up,
Horror
man?
Cat Dad. Yeah.
Hey, Rob, you were in the woods by yourself and heard a random voice say, "Grr." Would you be freaked out? Remember me bringing this up when we were watching these fights? Len Dog's like one of my best friends, and we've had some times together, so it's like an inside thing.
Also, now
I think it is.
Is that now a good forum for inside jokes, Rob? We're broadcasting to the world where no one else gets it.
Well, I get scared in the woods when we hear noises like grr.
Yeah,
so that's it. It's not like my ego needed even more. But I'm grateful for the honor of being named the winner. Sorry. Went up against a great group of people. Yeah, man, the friendly men, and everybody got voted for. Like everybody got votes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Horror Cat Dad got votes. Anthony got votes. Like multiple. Everybody got multiple votes. It was a little bit. I don't want to say anything. Make anybody think. It was a little bit. Two channels got a little bit more than the others, but it was fair. It was a good turning out. So
it's my Russian bots.
Cool.
Yeah, they did a good job, your bots there.
I mean, my loyal subscribers.
Well, Lindog, that's okay, baby. Apology accepted. Yeah. There you go.
No, I don't accept it.
Uh-oh.
That's what Franz was. That's her. Yeah. Okay. So
gotta take it up with Gareth, Lindog. He's not having it. Anyways, yeah, it is nice to meet you, Tony. I've been looking forward to this. I'm glad you're able to join us.
As have I, mate. It's nice to we chat a little bit through Messenger and stuff, and it's nice to finally meet people face to face.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, he's the git with the CSI Stripey collection, isn't he?
High Legends. Look at this guy. Well. That's nice, eh?
Yeah.
You hear that, Cap?
What?
High Legends.
Oh, Legends! Look at that, High Legends.
That's off with High Legends.
The eye patch is coming. I really can't see all that well.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even read the rest of your. I didn't even read the rest of your comment, but I thank you for it.
Oh yeah, made Rob swoon.
Meow.
Thank you for that. There. Oh.
That goes in the house as well. Yeah, that's right. Shakes head. What? Quincy Garrett. You. Oh, Bob McCall's here.
You don't have his theme ready. I do. But...
No, I don't have no themes ready. Sorry. I only wrote
on the wrong channel.
All right, so we're here to show some 80s stuff. Cap, you brought your whole treasure hoard with you, or what?
Yeah, I brought some pretty good ones. I mean, because I kind of figured we'd have pretty much the same stuff. So I was just like, I bet you he doesn't have this. And,
oh yeah.
See if I might be wrong.
It's like a poker game almost. Okay.
But you know, the whole '80s movies thing, it brings up the philosophical question. We talked about this before. What exactly constitutes an '80s movie? What do you consider an '80s movie? Is it a movie that was simply made in the '80s, or is it a movie that, of course, was made in the '80s but also reflects that decade, that generation? You know, what was going on, all this, that, and the third. Because if it was the first definition, then that means the Road Warrior is an '80s movie, stuff like that. Conan the Destroyer is an '80s movie, and I don't really consider them '80s movies when I think of '80s movies. Yeah. So me personally, I like to think of them reflecting that generation and that decade, as well as being made in the '80s. So.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, we talked about it before, and like I said, is that if somebody makes an effort to bring up '80s movies, I think they're talking about movies that have an '80s feel.
Yeah.
They're not like talking about the small portion of them that were made in the '80s that don't really feel like '80s movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I say I love '80s movies, they're not talking about like you did Conan or Mad Max, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I kind of am. It was different.
That's my outlook on it. I, as much as I love the '80s feel of a film, most of my collecting gravitates around films that were from the '80s that don't generally look like an '80s film. Because you know what I mean, anybody watching, if you know my channel, you know my massive love for sword and sorcery films, high fantasy stuff. That doesn't reflect the '80s in any way, shape, or form. but that was the sort of like chef's kiss point of time where those kind of films were being pumped out. And I'm obsessed with them. You know what I mean? I've made a whole channel of that shit.
Yeah, sure. I brought this up last time we talked about it. I brought it up. I said, well, like any movie made in the '80s is obviously an '80s movie. We can't rule that out. Obviously, it's an '80s movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I also do like films that represent the '80s looks and aesthetics and feels. You know what I mean? Fast Times at Ridgemont High, that kind of thing. I get that. You know what I mean? That's huge. But I think, again, for me, being in the UK, it's a bit of a different thing on it, because '80s films, everything gravitated around the US. So in the UK at that particular time, us in the UK was obsessed with what was going on in the States, like massively. But so we got very little of those British '80s feeling films. You know what I mean? Most of the films that was done in the '80s over here was either depressing or about kicking people's heads in. You know what I mean? It was. You know,
Scum.
Yeah, Scum. Yeah, ID. You know what I mean? There was loads of them, but you know what I mean? So everything you look at from an '80s feel and '80s perspective, from my outlook, is American driven. You know what I mean? A lot of it, because we were saturated with the stuff in the UK. That's a point in time.
Right.
Yeah. It is funny how, like, sword and sorcery and high fantasy movies, were literally all over the place in
Yeah.
the 80s. And I mean,
yeah.
I guess Conan the Barbarian opened those floodgates because that was released in what?
massively.
Right at 80? Is that
80.
when that was released? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it, man. They had the Deathstalker series. You had, you know, the Beastmaster series. You had
Beastmaster. You had loads. Yeah, Barbarians with the Barbarian Brothers.
Oh yeah,
Willow. You know what I mean? There was loads.
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer.
You go on Tubi, man. You go on Tubi and put 80s like fantasy. It's never ending list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over the place. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there was some good stuff prior to that led into it. I mean, I'm obsessed with Ray Harryhausen films. Right. So when it comes to like Clash of the Titans and Jason the Argonauts and you know what I mean, all the Sinbad films and everything else they did, I think they teased the way in quite nicely. I mean, Clash of the Titans being, I think that was 1981 around that kind of time.
Yeah, that was 81, I believe.
Yeah.
I love Clash of the Titans. I remember going. I remember we when I was young, I was probably like under 10 years old, and they were selling like little raffle tickets at the church to go watch Clash of the Titans on a projector screen.
It's a funny thing for your church to sell tickets for.
Yeah.
Usually they stay away from other gods.
Well,
they don't want to talk about other gods, especially Greek mythology.
I guess they needed some dough, man. And I guess they needed money. In Professor's humble 2-time award-winning opinion.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
He feels 80s movies are movies released from 80 to 89.
Yeah.
So the last one was Tango and Cash, though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. The chat's going crazy. If I don't get to your comment, forgive me, because this is a drinking beer show, and once again, I started drinking beer before
unsubscribe.
Well, Tony, you do bring up a good point to everybody out there. Nobody should sleep on the Sinbad films.
No,
Sinbad not Sinbad the comedian. I'm talking about the Sinbad the sailor.
Hey, I like Sinbad the comedian too, but I knew what you meant.
Yeah, that's
we also had a Sinbad in the UK as well. He was a character in Brookside, a soap opera.
Yeah, we're talking about Sinbad the sailor, not
Patrick Wayne.
Captain knows him personally. Well, he knows there's family members.
Yeah, his family members. He passed before I was around. Yeah, I know his great grandson Sam Bad. Sam Bad's a good guy, and Sandy Bad, his sister, and Cynthia Bad.
He knows them. I'm telling you.
And Siggy Bad.
Everybody's saying hi.
I thought we were doing Sinbad. How's that jingle all the way down?
I need Gareth here. Gareth, can you go through the comments and pull up the good ones for me?
My mouse isn't working.
I need some better production on this show.
Hang on, I'll distract them with a tape.
I saw someone say, "There it is."
Yeah,
the camera was correct. Okay,
correct. There he is.
Let's pop that up for Gareth. Let's see what Gareth brought to the table here.
Oh, he brought Annie from 1984 VHS. Or is it? It's
or is it?
It's a Betamax.
Oh, look at that! You pulled the switcheroo on us, Gareth. You cheeky monkey.
No one said it was VHS.
That's right. Oh, excuse me.
Nice, Gareth. I like that. You pulled the switcheroo. That was cool.
That brings up a good point too. Gareth and Tony, was Betamax like a different format than North American VHS was? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, we had Betamax in the UK. I
don't know about in the UK, but in Australia they have cases that hold VHS and Betamax in the same case.
They do here. So you you spin it round. So the VHS goes to the top, Beta goes to the bottom.
There you go.
Was Betamax like a PAL version over there, or was it just like Universal Betamax? 'Cause you know how
Do
VHS
you know what? I don't know if there was region coding on Betamax tapes or not.
I don't think. No, I think you're right. I don't think it was. Is it? I don't see PAL mentioned anywhere.
No.
Betamax is such a mystery. You know, I think
Yeah.
we got to explore
Mean-
Betamax sometime.
Yeah.
I mean,
The captain sailed all the seas, and now he's floating over into the Betamax section.
Yeah, it's a different world, man. It's.
I can remember. I wouldn't have been so old. I might have been about 5, something like that. And when it comes to technology, my dad is the worst. Like the worst person with technology or buying technology. Like just shit at it. So everybody around us, neighbours, friends, family, are buying VHS recorders. And I come home this particular day. I think it was a weekend, and my dad said, "We've got a video recorder, brilliant, nice one." So I goes into the living room, and there's this like huge, great big thing like that, and I'm thinking that doesn't look like anybody else's I've ever seen. And then it turned out that it wasn't. My dad had stupidly got involved with VH 2000 and bought a VH 2000 player for the simple reason, because he was a cheapskate, you could record on both sides of the tape. So
oh no.
But you couldn't rent films, so we would go to the local rental shop. There might have been like half a dozen things you could rent. You know what I mean? Everybody else is pulling VHS tapes out their ass. We couldn't have anything. So yeah, that was my dad's first forte into buying something for the house, and he turned out to be the wrong thing. He's done loads of it over the years. You know what I mean? He's just bought into the wrong thing at every given opportunity.
Oh, that's awesome.
You backed the wrong horse every time.
Yeah. And to be fair, I did exactly the same. I backed HD DVD, and everybody else went Blu-ray. But there we go.
Well, it's funny.
Al, my buddy Al's in the house. Al, it's his birthday. I think it's his birthday today, yesterday, or tomorrow.
Happy birthday, dude.
Anyways, happy birthday, Al. It's your birthday. That's all you get.
Got to deal with your birthday.
There you go. You got a cap impression too. That's
it's your birthday.
Count yourself fortunate that you got that.
Yeah. Now piss off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the bricks. The guy's trying to catch up on these chat things, but you're flying like crazy here. So
Well, I got a tape then. I got a tape.
Show us that tape, Cap. You got a tape. You got a tape, and I got a vape.
Disorderlies.
That's not
the
a
only
tape.
movie that starred the Fat Boys. I mean, it's
best rappers
That's
ever.
awesome, man.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Yep.
I love the Fat Boys. I absolutely love the Fat Boys.
It really doesn't get any more of an '80s movie than this, dude.
No,
It's
man,
like-
it does not. It does not. That's great.
I love having this, dude.
Fat Boys. I love that shit. Okay, well, it's my turn, I guess. Eh? I'll show you one that I've shown a couple of people recently, but I just picked this up at the convention, the Frightmare in the Falls that just happened, and I'm super happy about this.
Going off.
This big
Oh,
box.
nice.
See?
Oh yeah,
Great film.
Ice Pirates. Yeah, that's nice.
Great film.
Let me
I love
buy
this.
them.
I up till now, I've only been watching this on DVD, and now I have it on VHS. Man, and the box is pretty good condition too. I was super happy.
That's nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's hard to find them in
$15,
good,
man.
yeah, hard to find them in good condition. The
$15.
coolest box ever, in my opinion, was the book box.
Love that thing.
coolest.
It's a great film. The space herpes.
Yeah.
Russell says happy born day.
Castrator.
Happy birthday. 16 Candles is about as 80s as it gets.
Yeah. I own
with
I'm
shit they
racist.
wouldn't do. Yeah, it's true.
True. Yeah, a lot
I
of
own a
people tried to
Blu-ray
cancel
copy of
that
16
movie.
Candles.
You know that? A lot of people tried to cancel that movie.
Yes.
Big uproar about that
I
film.
will get there one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gareth, you got to do that one.
Who flung down?
Good luck
That's going to be a
on
long one.
cancel, man. Hey, Al is 666 years old, by the way.
He
wow.
wishes he's double that.
Yes.
He's double that.
Well, I'll get a couple of tapes out the
What you
way.
got, man?
and for anybody that does know me knows, and I'm an absolute 80s cartoon nut. I have a massive obsession with it. I have a huge collection. And two of my favorites, Ulysses 31.
Regular BBC one.
Yeah. Probably the best show of the 80s. Mix Greek mythology with space adventure, and you can't go wrong. I have a couple of these tapes, but it's a really, really good show. It was a French-Japanese collaboration that ended up with an American dub over it, and then we got it in the UK in about 85, I think. It's brilliant. Like, the theme tune is unbelievably good in it as well as.
I'm not familiar with it. I've
Never heard of that.
It's really, really good. And the other one that does it for me, and probably the single best 80s cartoon, it definitely holds up better than any of the others. And I have a slight obsession with the franchise anyway, and that's The Real Ghostbusters.
Sure. Yeah.
That I know.
This is the first one. There was 10 of these tapes altogether. They've got 2 episodes on each. The artwork on these, I mean, there is a big DVD box set now, just for stupid money. It's really expensive. But this artwork on these is phenomenal. When all 10 are together, they look great. That's but like I say, I'm an absolute 80s cartoon nut. I live for the shit. So
I love cartoons, man. I love cartoons to this day.
Yeah. Some hold up really well. Some do not hold up at all.
Right. Yeah.
You know
some do not hold up. No.
No.
The original He-Man.
Garrett
He-Man,
thinks they walk
that's
into
a little
the
hard to
sunshine,
watch.
buddy.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you, Garrett?
No,
You couldn't help it.
I had Jack Daniels earlier. So.
No. Guys are
You're
mean.
wearing cartoons. Hey, why does it keep? I'm trying to click on this goddamn.
Tony, it's arguable, but I think the 80s had the best cartoons. I mean,
They're super gold.
Hands down.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was some good early 90s stuff that was rolling from the back end of the 80s. You get to about 94 and it just sort of clips off. Everyone seems to get a bit lazy and a bit sloppy with what they do. The production level of some of the stuff that when we were younger, it's just off the charts. You know what I mean? No one would put that much time and effort into a show like that anymore.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters show alone was like...
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I used to rent those tapes.
A few of those tapes. Not many, though. They're kind of hard to come across.
Professor Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably free on YouTube in a couple of episodes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Al says he's a daywalker.
Yeah. Shit.
He's a dog walker.
I believe him. I have no reason to not believe him.
He uses a walker.
Wow.
Oh, Garrett's a sharp tonight, boy. Garrett's a sharp tonight.
He's a nemesis.
You use a walker, Al. Oh, Anthony got 1K 2 subs. Nice.
That's one.
You're doing it, buddy. Yeah. Let me see what else I brought here. I brought all my. I mean, I could have brought I brought a lot, so I didn't bring everything.
Crack on then.
I don't know. Let's see. This is probably like my favorite. This is always tying for first place. It goes back. It bounces back between first and second place all the time. Better Off Dead, man. I talk about this tape all the time. This is a key tape. I love this movie. I love this tape. This is an actual from like 85. Beautiful condition.
It's cool.
Better Off Dead. No?
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice poster.
No reaction? No one knows Better Off Dead? Okay.
Well, you know I hate that film. You know I hate that film, Robin. How dare you bring it up?
You can't humor me for one minute? Jesus Christ.
Well, I like it how you have the...
I bust out another favorite that I one of my favorites. That's probably third place. I saw this in the theater. I know Cap loved this movie.
That's a good one.
Oh, Real Genius is good. Yeah.
Atherton is a...
The RCA one.
Yeah, the first one.
Nice. Yeah, I like those
ones. On the side there.
Oh, yeah. It's tremendous. I love it.
John Kreese.
I love it. I actually have two of those. I have one that's in decent condition and one that is in absolutely horrible condition.
I love this movie, man. I can recite the movie from front to back. I've seen it so many times.
Same. The popcorn.
This is God, Kent.
Right.
I love that movie.
Time for some TNA then.
All right, let's see what we
okay. Wildcats.
Wildcats.
So yeah, you do get to see Goldie Hawn's tits in this.
Yeah. I got that.
Who's it?
That comes in like a yellow slipcover here.
This is the old Warner rental.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a tape.
Nice.
15 certificate. Oh yeah, I like that film.
Cool. Let's see here. Get the chat up.
Well, that was
why cartoon Ghostbusters look nothing like the actual Ghostbusters.
That's a very long story, Michael Myers. It all comes down to licensing rights and image appropriation. What the hell is it called?
Image appropriation is definitely because if you notice, they changed Ghostbusters 2, the movie, to be more like the cartoon.
Yes.
They just needed the gorilla in it.
Yeah, I mean the curtain. Well, that's the other Ghostbusters, isn't
it? They changed Janine. Like if you watch 1 and 2, Janine is 2 different people.
Yes, yes, and that's because of the cartoon. Because the cartoon fills the timeline between the first film and the second film.
Yeah.
But there's a big long story about how they couldn't use the likeness of the actors, so they had to do that. It's really strange. I don't get it, but
the really bizarre thing is that the only person that went for his own character was Ernie Hudson, and Ernie Hudson didn't get the role of Winston. They give it to someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's bizarre.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
And they gave it to Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not unheard of when like things don't match up to the fashion design that they want to make television wise.
Yeah.
Captain, am I cutting you off again?
I'll let you know when you do. Trust me.
I know. I just don't want to. I don't want you to let me know. Is what I'm saying. I'd rather not see that side of the captain.
I'll be not again. That was off camera.
I don't need to swab the deck on the poop deck. I graduated. I don't need to go back on that.
It's lonely out at sea.
Oh, it is.
Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Better Off Dead's been brought up a couple times tonight. Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's on my stream. Everyone was talking about it. So you should have been there. Right?
Were they? That was an awesome movie. Were they talking about it in a good way?
Yeah, it was appreciated.
Yeah, so you definitely need to give Real Genius a rewatch and then watch it again after that.
Yeah, grateful.
Quite rare in the UK, apparently.
Okay, what's this say?
Yes,
dog bollock to your cat job?
That means they're really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's a British thing. The dog's bollocks.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I mean, I've heard the British talk about bollocks, but it's not usually in a good way. I don't think.
If he said just bollocks, that means they're bad. But the dog's
that means it's shit. The dog's bollocks means it's good.
That's I just learned something right now. Thank you, Russell.
So if you're being said as being talking bollocks, that means you're talking shit.
Yeah, well, I know that part of it.
There's a whole complicated bollocks thing in the UK.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know if you throw a dog in front of it, it's cool.
Yeah. Put a dog in front. You're right.
Yeah, every country has their thing. Like it's the word shit, which is really weird. Because if you think about it, give a shit and take a shit really should be reversed. Giving a shit should be taking a shit, and taking a shit should be giving a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who came out with
these? You take a shit, you don't take anything, you give it.
That's right. Dropping it off.
Yeah. And why is something that's shit hot really good?
Yeah. I don't get it. It's
no idea.
No clue.
That's the first thing someone thought of. That's the shit.
They really want it to be? Ew, it's shit.
Michael Jackson was calling everything bad, so So 80s peaked in '85 with The Last Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough.
Sure enough. Shogun of Harlem.
All Cats, awesome one. That's a good one. Yes, it is.
That is a good film.
I have one here, Rob. I think you'll probably have the. Do you have this one, Rob? I saw you had a Goonies, but do you have this one, the '86 Warner Brothers release?
Oh, I do not, Captain. I do not have that.
Nice.
The original one. Now, there's actually two different versions of this. I do have them, but I don't know what the other one is. There's this one. That label, instead of black, it's purple. That's the one that's actually worth a lot of money. This one's pretty pricey too.
Okay.
I was very surprised that but yeah, the original Goonies goes for it's a pretty good coin out there. I'm not sure why, but it's apparently pretty rare. Even though I found it in the thrift store 3 times over.
Well, it is rare. I've never come
Yeah.
across it. I've seen
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the channel, but I saw somebody recently, I think it may have been on Instagram, showing off one that was sealed.
Yeah.
Who would keep a sealed VHS?
An 86 one that was sealed, which is pretty cool.
Not VHS Mikey.
I bought Goonies too.
Oh, there we go. That
you
was
go.
the one I was
Yeah.
going to mention. The first release
I knew
Warner
Goonies
Brothers one.
would come up.
UK one,
Yeah, I mean that goes for a pretty penny.
Yeah, this is from a gift from the lovely Terrence McGuire.
Nice.
But yeah,
It's,
it's got a nice poster.
You can't
Yeah.
go wrong
Yeah.
with the Goonies, man.
you can't.
Well, on that note, I guess I'll pop up my Goonies.
You're gonna pop up your Goonie.
Hey.
It's a '94. It's
Oh, here
sealed,
we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
signed by
there
Corey
you go.
Feldman. I just got it this weekend
Oh wow.
It's
See, that's what
nice.
makes it awesome.
to
No,
Rob's
no, no,
Vintage
it's
Video.
Yeah.
Corey Haim.
Nice.
Yeah. Was he a nice guy?
He was awesome, man. He was he was cool, and he was
Yeah.
like nice to everybody.
Really?
And I saw this tape. Graded. I think this is '94.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw this exact tape sealed like it is right now. It was graded a 9.6 or something, and I bid on it on eBay. When I bid on it, it was around $200,
Oh, get out of town, Rob. Come on,
and
man.
it eventually sold for like almost $3,000 or $4,000.
You guys, whoever did that is an absolute sucker. Okay, that is shit. That is absolute lies. People that
I
do
bid
that grading
$200.
shit is bullshit.
Yeah,
You know
it's
how many of
bullshit.
those they made? You know how many of those they made? That '94 re-release of Goonies, that was
Yeah.
everywhere. Anybody that paid that much, anybody that pays over $5 for that is a loony. A
But it was-
loony.
Yeah, but to find them in good condition
Or not.
sealed
I
is a
do
little
not
bit of a
care if
different
it's sealed or
story.
not.
It's a little bit of a different story.
There's millions of them out there. What a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well, not sealed, not
the
sealed,
VHS
and
grading.
at
I hate it.
9.6 graded.
It is the biggest scam out there. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah,
God.
man. I bid $200, and that my bid was like not even it. I bid that and it was gone. It was like I remember the next morning waking up and checking it out, and it sold for like, if I'm mistaken, I think it was like between 2,500 or 3,000 or something like that.
That's absolutely
It
obscene.
was a few grand
That is-
American anyway.
Yeah, that should be illegal. I really should be. And this is a pirate saying that. That's ridiculous. That is
And you buy a
ridiculous.
box of flip-flop.
That's saying something. And it
Yeah.
wasn't signed by
Yeah.
Corey Feldman either. It was
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
regular-
Yours actually is worth a lot now because of that.
Yeah.
But no, just the
Was it
normal
signed by
sealed one.
Martha Plimpton?
No. Yeah.
Let's see if I can catch up on the chat here. They're talking to each other, man. There's a whole discussion going on.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can pinpoint a question here or something.
Take your glasses off so they can see what you're doing.
I can see what I'm doing.
Captain took his
The light
patch
is in my
off.
eyes, man. It's bright as shit. And if I turn the light down, and then everything starts getting all holy and full of shit in the back here. It's a whole. Listen, I can't wait to open the store when I get this goddamn store open. And you'll never see this background again. Jesus Christ. Anyway, who's up? I think it's your turn, Tone. What you got, man?
Yeah, we got Tony.
Right. A quick one. I'll finish with cartoons after this one. And
You can go on cartoons if you want.
it's VHS related, but it isn't a VHS. But a very good friend of mine, he's a dealer in vintage posters, and just out the blue one day while I was round at his, he said, "Would you like this? This is right up your alley." And I said, "Yeah, I would fucking love it." And it is an original promo poster from Entertainment in Video of Teen Wolf, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Advertising all 3 tapes that was coming out.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is as rare as hen's teeth in the UK. To try, even to try and find the show is really, really hard.
Yeah, you'd be very lucky. Indeed.
But the poster itself, to be in that kind of condition, I was made up, and it is really, really good. I mean, the light's not doing it much justice, but it is a minter.
Wow, that's great.
No, it is cool. So,
I'm not even sure if they put that show on VHS in the US. I don't think they did. It was big over here. It ran for like
it was
3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, but it never showed over here at all.
I never saw it.
Wow.
No, and all we got was those tapes. And the problem with the tapes were that there's 3 episodes on each tape, and they sort of like took shows from the beginning, the middle, and the end of all 4 seasons, and none of it sort of added up. You were just watching individual shows, basically. But what it is, the season 4, the series 4, doesn't make any sense because they introduced a new character, and the whole idea was that they ran it into Teen Wolf 2. So they brought his cousin in, so you know where it goes in Teen Wolf 2. So the show didn't make any sense at the end. So if you got the 3rd tape, you're watching it, it's completely different characters. You've no idea what's going on. But for some reason, Entertainment Video just released 3 tapes with random episodes on. But it's a cool piece. You don't see it, you know what I mean? So I like it.
I like anything Teen Wolf, man. I don't have Teen Wolf on tape, and I'm like this close to buying it, like on eBay or something, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find it somewhere, but man, I'm like,
I do have it. I don't know where it is. I have the one. I think it was the first release, but it was like the Paramount release. But it has like the gold, banner, like they had Paramount released some collection in '84, '85, or where they had like this gold banner with stripes.
I never seen them. I never seen Teen Wolf. And all the time I'm buying tapes, I never seen Teen Wolf.
Yeah, found it at a thrift store.
It's a great poster,
a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's more of a basketball movie than a werewolf movie, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's no killings in it.
No.
Like, you know what? I file that under an '80s movie, man, because it pulls off '80s stuff. And
Teen Wolf is an ultimate '80s movie. It sure is. It's like
I think you know they're going into a liquor commission and getting a keg of beer with his wolf eyes, man. Like that's the '80s right there, boy.
I want a keg of beer.
That whole grading auction thing is such a scam.
Yeah.
Comic books, video games. Yeah, they do VHS tapes now. They do,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, comic books, I can always understand comic books because you're dealing with stuff like from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, stuff that's barely shouldn't even be around anymore because it didn't survive, but it did, and is actually in good shape. I understand that. But a tape that they made millions, literally millions of pressings of that everybody had, there's no way that's worth any more than $3. Okay. I don't care what condition it's in. I really don't. It doesn't matter. It all depends on how many there are. And there's plenty. Okay. Plenty.
You heard it from the captain. I ain't going to argue with him.
I'd fight him.
Oh, Gareth, you see those? Dudes, they get
the big C between us, holding me back.
Got a couple drinks now, and he's like, "Okay, cop, let's go."
He's all
Queensbury rules.
Yeah, notice the frame on the Teen Wolf cartoon poster. The only one.
Two right, Brad.
Yeah, super cool, man. Like I said, I love Teen Wolf. I can't wait to find that tape. But one day I'm going to have to pull the trigger and buy it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think also as well as there may be only me in existence that still loves Teen Wolf 2. You know what I mean? It's an absolute it's a stinker of the film. You know what I mean? The wolf makeup is awful in it. Yeah. But there's just something charming about it. It's got something. The music in it, the score is amazing. The soundtrack's great. The soundtrack's as good as the first film.
Jason Bateman, man. Jason Bateman. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I saw that in the cinema.
That's all you got to say is Michael J. Fox and Jason Bateman. That's all.
Yeah.
Really, you know?
And I own an original cinema quad for Teen Wolf 2.
Oh, nice.
Show off.
Maybe, Tone, you might know, did Teen Wolf and Back to the Future cartoons ever get a DVD or Blu-ray?
Pretty sure they did.
In the UK, no. The only complete collection on DVD of Teen Wolf I know is an Australian release that came out in about 2008. Back to the Future, there was no release in the UK. I think there is a US release by Mill Creek, though. I think.
Cool. There you go, Professor. Teen Wolf cartoons were on VHS in the UK, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah. I missed out on them. Right, I got a tape you. None of you have got.
Oh yeah.
I own that tape. I have that tape.
I'm not going to challenge him because I don't know.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Nope.
It's ludicrous. It's
brilliant.
Yeah.
Ludicrous
also,
in a bad or a good way?
In a good way.
Okay. Good. Wow.
It also, as well, I think it was the first X rental tape that I owned that was reverse art on it.
Oops, it's reverse.
So there's reverse art on it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the same. I
always like Extra like that, man. Extra is always good.
And Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley. That must be a good movie.
You think so? You know what I mean?
It didn't do well at all.
It didn't. It absolutely tanked.
Oh man,
Ludicrous speed, man. Ludicrous speed right there. Let's see what else we got there. Chuck Norris cartoons.
Karate Commandos.
Yeah, Karate Commandos.
Yeah.
I bought my missing in action tape. But...
Nice.
Better than Teen Witch Jesus.
Do you know what? I have a bit of a soft spot for Teen Witch. I'm too say.
Also, it's just Teen
the Red Dwarf series.
Witch Jesus. I thought it was Teen Witch Jesus. There's no comma. I need a comma. Okay, gotta have comma.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You never know. Texting is like, when texting is, you don't know what they mean.
Red Dwarf. I own a couple of Red Dwarf tapes. Great show. One of my favorite shows of all time.
Great sci-fi. Great sci-fi.
Yeah. That played in Canada like crazy. Well, everything that plays in the UK plays in Canada. So
that's all right.
Like Super Gran, right? You guys, Super Gran.
Yeah, Super Gran's fantastic.
I used to watch that when I was like fucking 10 years old, man.
There's 2 series of Super Gran. It's great.
Cap, you know Super Gran?
Mm-mm.
What
the hell is that?
It's a Super Granny.
A Scottish one.
A Scottish Granny that's super.
Stereotypical Scottish granny.
Never heard of that. No way. Never heard of that. That's
Check
interesting.
it out, man.
It's great.
That's funny that we didn't get that kind of stuff, but we got the Flying Nun. What's going on around here?
Sean has lone wolf
McQuaid toys.
Josh stopped by. Cap, what did you got to say?
Hey, Josh.
The copy you're talking about was the 1986 Paramount Special Collector's Edition of Teen Wolf when the Paramount was celebrating their 75th anniversary.
Thank you, because I have it. They did like a bunch of releases like that.
Josh
they didn't
knows
even
what the hell we're talking about.
It was like they did. I think I have a Wrath of Khan in that. I have the 76 King Kong in that. I don't remember what else I have, but I do have the Teen Wolf. I just cannot find it right now. I'll tell you. Even look for it. That is a total 80s movie. So yes, thank you, Josh. The Gold Paramount series. They're always cool tapes.
Michael Myers always wanted to have "What are you looking at, Dick Nose" shirt. Styles. Yeah. I love Styles, man. I love Styles and Teen Wolf. I love that dude. I always liked that 80s sidekick dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
an archetype, man.
For whatever reason, like in Better Off Dead, of course.
The 80s movie archetype. There's always a sidekick, dude.
I love it. And
they're always ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
When Cap and I get around to making our 80s movie, it's going to have one too.
Yeah.
Right, Cap?
Absolutely. Yeah. If somebody's wearing a top hat, just like in Better Off Dead. the chimney sweep hat like in that damn movie.
Let's see what.
Oh, blimey!
I'm gonna have to skip ahead, but I'm sorry if we don't get to your comments. There's all kinds of comments, and we need to show some tapes going on. So
I have one.
Am I up?
You are gonna have some.
Can I go, Rob?
Tapes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take place in the 80s because it's pretty much a dystopian future, but it has everything to do with the 80s. Max Headroom, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the original story.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got the fold out thing, which was
I love that tape.
pretty interesting for that time. This was 86, and tapes really didn't do it this much. There really wasn't all that many special sleeves back then. So
the artwork, man, the artwork on that whole tape is great.
Yeah,
the whole tape is just. This whole movie is great. It's only an hour long. It's like
all the caution tape around the sides on the spine and everything like that, man.
And it's so funny because the story is about like corrupt, mega media, like controlling what you think, and it's like a dystopian future. Yeah. And for some reason, they're like, you know what, this guy would make a great sponsor for Diet Coke. Let's push this. I don't know how that happened. That's how I knew about this guy, because he was all over the place.
Was like, yeah, we're into that. Let's get that guy.
Yeah, like became like a spokesman for like the new Coke, and like he was just all over the place. And like, I don't know about this guy, man. This is, what this is about? Sure, it's interesting.
Do you have any Max Headroom memorabilia or anything kind of like that, Tony?
No, I don't know.
Hard to get a hold of, man. It's hard to find.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was only on TV here, but I don't know if there's any tapes of it.
Yeah, I've never come across anything.
They had them. They had where it's like T-shirts. Well, basically it was all like Coke stuff, But there was like a Max Headroom hand puppet. That's really hard to find.
It's obviously when you think of Max Headroom, you think of 80s, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what you're thinking 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have that same tape, man, and I didn't bring it because I thought maybe someone else would pop it out, and I had so many others that I brought. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna show off. Let's see here. Let me show something a little bit different here. Let's change gears for a second. No, not that one. How about this one here? I think Cap will like this one.
Hey, oh, yeah. John Carpenter's Black Moon Rising.
Black Moon Rising.
Black Moon Rising.
Yeah, I do have that, but my copy's crap.
Not that good a film either.
No. Yeah.
This movie's super cool, man. Like
nice tape.
New World. Yeah, New World Pictures. That's a good distributor. Yeah, my copy.
This is an 80. This is like another as soon as you put it on, that's done in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool car though.
Yeah.
Even the story too is like it's got like weird. An 80s structure to it.
Like the whole 80s thing, like 80s movie thing, and like what people consider it is strange because I think the general consensus here is, we consider 80s movies stuff that really reflects that generation in one form or another. But a lot of people, they do that, but they also consider Back to the Future an 80s movie, if not the 80s movie, even though that movie takes place primarily in the 50s. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that weird? Like, it's an 80s movie, but it takes place
primarily in the 50s, but it starts off in 1985, Cap. Come on.
Yeah, but the whole movie takes place in 55. I mean, that's where all the trouble is.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is that you're the whole time you're trying to get back to 1985.
Yeah, but it takes place in the 50s. You're not in the 80s. You're trying to get back to the 80s.
You're not trying to get back to 95 or 75. You're trying to get back to 85.
Yeah, but you're trying to get back. You're not in the 80s. You're in the 50s. You know what I'm saying?
It's back and forth, okay? Professor like to have those Max Headroom shades, okay?
There you go.
Yeah, I never had it when I was
Back to the Future, man. I didn't bring the Back to the Futures with me because obviously it's like the number one tape you bring.
Yeah, I've only got 2 and 3 on Big Box.
I thought you were going to bring it, Rob. That's why I didn't bring mine.
Well, I have all 3, and not the. Oh, sorry, bring up Remo Williams.
Remo Williams.
That's not Back to the Future.
That's my next pick. Check Back to the Future on the floor.
Oh, the third one.
So that's even worse. It takes place in the 1800s.
Exactly, it's a Western.
Well, actually, that takes place in 1885. So technically, it is an 80s movie. You didn't say what century, right?
Good save, Cap, on that one.
Yeah. Well, in that instance, so is Glory. That takes place in, I think, during the Civil War. I think 1884. That's an 80s movie, technically.
So
we didn't say what century.
I think I like Back to the Future 2 better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the future, and that's 100% an 80s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's in the past now, but
yeah.
No, it's
the way it's done, like that shark that comes out of the projector and bites him.
Yeah.
That's only in 8. There's only one little 10 years that shark would exist.
Yeah. And that still look better than CGI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, let's agree to disagree.
Well, technically, Back to the Future 2, it does take place in the 80s. It's just alternate 85. That's still the 80s, though.
But they're also in 2016.
Yeah.
And the 50s.
But like these movies are anything but 80s movies then. It's like they take place 1955, 1885, 2015, alternate 85.
You're scrambling the multiverse all up, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
It's too much for the stream can't take it, Kevin. It's going to blow.
Man. It's incredible. It's a lot of work.
Let's see what's looking here. What's people? All kinds of people talking. Guys, American Psycho, what? Is an 80s movie.
I mean,
yeah.
Well,
if you're talking about stuff that reflects that generation, that decade, then yes, it is.
What the hell's that?
But its definition includes movies that were made in the 80s as well as it. But no, but
if I asked somebody what their favorite 80s movie was and they said that, I would not argue. I would say fair enough.
I'd say, oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I would get you.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
What's more 80s than that?
Hold on. Let me
Yep, I accept it.
close this down. What do you got? What is it?
The hell?
Hey,
Spotlight's on me.
it's the Gareth Show.
Okay. Oh, I don't like that cover. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know about that cover.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that looks like a whole different. That cover looks like a whole different movie. No.
Yeah, it does. It's
that's me or. If I was like Christian Bale and I saw that cover, I'd do a double take. It's like, what?
Exactly. It covers his eyes. And she can't see
what's going on here, or somebody trying to frame me, or what's up?
Right. Hang on. Bring up this then. Now I'm ready.
What you got here?
Remo Williams.
It's called Unarmed and Dangerous in the UK, you see.
Wow.
Unarmed and Dangerous?
Is that what the hell's his name?
He'll punch the shit out of you.
Oh, what is his name?
It's Earl. It's Earl from Tremors.
Yeah.
Joel Grey.
Is that Joel Grey? I think it's Joel Grey.
No, it's Burt Ward on the front.
Joe Dirt's father.
That Burt Ward. Wasn't that the guy who played Robin on the Batman show? Burt Ward?
It's not Fred Ward, yeah. Cousins. There you go. Another gift from Terrence. And Wes, the Ice Lord.
Yes.
I haven't seen Mac and Me since the 80s, but I do remember it fucking awful.
Wouldn't have it in the house.
Oh, it's definitely fucking awful.
Yeah.
I remember watching the movie. I love the movie Paul, right?
Yeah.
And in that movie, he mentions, he was like, "Oh, I always wanted to meet you ever since I saw Mac and Me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I haven't because I probably watched it one time, maybe one time, maybe a half a time. I don't know."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, "Oh, I got to revisit that. I'll check it out." And I put it on, and I was like, "Holy shit! Now I know why I don't remember this movie."
You fancy McDonald's, though, don't you?
I said, "Oh, it was a joke." I thought it was an actual decent movie.
The kid going off
off the cliff in the wheelchair. Fucking hell.
You guys like Flight of the Navigator? You guys like that movie?
Love it.
Remember that movie?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's great.
Movie. I don't have it. Do you have it? Anybody have that?
I got 2 copies.
I don't own it on VHS. No, I do own a copy. I don't own it on VHS.
Are you kidding me? I have it. I didn't bring it up, but I got it.
No,
What?
I only bought
Navigator?
it.
Yeah.
I don't have it on it.
Instead of Fighter and Navigator, I brought like the Last Starfighter.
Oh,
Oh no, we are talking. What a fantastic film that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was going to pick. I was going to take the Fighter and
That's really
Navigator or
nice.
Last Starfighter, and I grabbed the Last Starfighter. I love this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is like 80s. You put this movie on, it's like, you make you feel 80s and make your hair stand up right away.
Yeah. The only good film that Nick Castle directed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighter and Navigator. Yeah, I got it downstairs. I can run it.
Yeah,
Well, but
I got it upstairs.
Yeah. Pretty tricky. At least the U.S. distribution is pretty tricky to find.
Got a watch party next month
Yeah.
with someone. I've forgotten who it is.
Okay. How about the other best movie from the 80s? Warriors of the Wasteland, a.k.a.
Yes.
the new
Brilliant.
Barbarians.
Brilliant
That was
film.
another good
Mad
thing.
Max ripoff. But
Another big
George-
thing in the 80s was besides
I don't own a VHS copy of it, but I do own that copy of it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Oh, that's nice.
Boom.
So when you open it up, all 3 films
Nice.
are on DVD. But the one that we're talking about is that one.
look at that.
Look at that. Great cover,
It's
Man, you gotta
What's
love
brilliant.
that 80s.
all 3 films are fantastic.
Yeah.
But that one in general, there's a head blowing up scene in it that is just phenomenal. You know what I mean? It's great.
Man.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
80s
it is.
apocalyptic 80s apocalyptic art is just tremendous. And there's
Yeah.
plenty of it.
Yeah, I like it too, man.
Yeah. That's another thing that was real big besides like sword and sorcery and fantasy flicks and barbarian
Yeah.
flicks. Apocalyptic movies.
Yeah,
Huge
Yeah,
in the
10 a
80s.
penny.
Yeah.
yeah. I did a whole thing about 12 months ago on my channel about post-apocalyptic films, and even though I'm into the genre massively, when you start researching, you're finding shit you've never even come across.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Just Italian rip-offs, Spanish
Yeah, like-
rip-offs. There's just
I was
loads
just
of it.
going to say that most of that stuff's Italian movies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Yep.
Yeah, I got Howard the Duck downstairs too. I didn't
Yes,
bring Howard
great
the
film.
Duck either.
Not on DVD.
Yeah, I have a
That's
Blu-ray
very
of it.
I think it's
Because
better on
I,
VHS.
I showed those movies off like not too long ago on maybe another stream where I might have done videos on them or something like that. So I tried to pull out something I didn't show off as recently, you know.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
box set.
You got,
amazing.
you got the professor's attention for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! By the way, Tony, the person wants to know
Don't
your
give it
exact
to him.
location.
Don't give it to him.
It's going to be
Okay.
a heist.
Don't fall
Dude.
for it.
Come over to the UK, man. I'll look after
You'll
you.
get a text later on. You'll probably get a text, and it'll be from Professor Macabro. I want to know your address. You want a Professor Macabro gift bag? Enter your full address here.
Yeah, it'll be a ping
Oh,
text to
don't
know where your
fall for
location.
yeah.
Join the mailing list.
Don't fall for Hey, there's the man.
Hey,
Maddie's here.
Vinny.
Maddie's got the Flight of Navigator on tape for sure.
Ah,
Well,
He's got somewhere in
it's
his God. It's a good
Everybody
bloody
knows
film. That's for
me.
damn sure.
That's what it sounds like.
right, what have I got? I got a Burt Reynolds, Sharky's Machine.
Oh
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
Burt
Shit,
Reynolds.
I've never seen that.
Was not
Really?
expecting Burt Reynolds to pop up tonight.
It's a pre-cert.
That's
so there's
Warner
got a
release,
sticker
though. Yeah.
18 on it.
Sticker on it.
Hmm.
Nice.
Although it does, I think it says there, yeah, cert 18 on the
Yeah.
spine. The stickers on it. He directed this feisty police thriller, apparently.
A feisty police thriller. I like that.
Yeah, whatever. And then you got the old Warner's labels.
Oh, put it back up. Or put it back down.
Mhm.
I'll just
Come
put this
on,
one up.
Gareth. You know the production level around here.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that
There's a
trumps my RoboCop.
I love that RoboCop.
keep it, hold it. There you go. Virgin Robocop.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm done.
Yeah, that's. I've got a
I've got that one as well.
forefront video of RoboCop. I fucking love RoboCop. It's great. I saw this way too young.
Oh yeah.
I
we all did.
saw this at a friend's birthday party, whose parents really didn't give a fuck about what any of the kids were watching.
That sounds like a birthday party.
Yeah, and they rented this out, and it just traumatized about a dozen young boys. You know what I mean? It was like the whole melting scene. It was like shit. I fucking love it.
No, listen, you know, back then you're not supposed to let 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds watch Clarence Boddicker, man.
Yeah.
You kidding me or what?
Yeah. And you know what marketing company said? Hey, you know what? Let's make a cartoon out of RoboCop.
They did. Yeah, let's make a toy franchise.
Yeah, for those kids that all watch RoboCop, they didn't watch it.
Yeah. Well, they did that. They did that with Lords Rambo. They did it with Rambo. They made a cartoon of Rambo. Yeah, like shitloads of it.
Yeah.
Arcade games, everything.
Yeah, somebody, they had the board meeting in the room and they're talking about the cartoon, and someone brought up like, "Hey, aren't kids not supposed to watch this?" And everybody ignored them.
All
the kids are watching it. What are you talking about?
They would never fly nowadays, though, man. Never fly.
No, not at all. Not at all. Go on, I'll throw a tape up.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Film is from the back end. Now, the problem is with most of the tapes I'm going to show you is when I was younger, the guy that owned our rental store in my town where I lived was an absolute arsehole, and he wouldn't rent anything that was age appropriate. So, like most of my friends that lived out of town and lived somewhere else, and they were like little mum and dad kind of shops, they would rent you anything. Well, this was like a mainstream store, and the guy was an absolute arsehole when it came to how old you were and what he would rent you. And most of my early rental stuff was all up to sort of like PG in the UK. So to me, being like 14 years old, most of my friends are watching all kinds of fucking gruesome shit, and I'm still on the PG category. So, but a lot of this shit stuck with me like forever. And this one sticks with me massively, and it's not a good film, but it's a bit of an all-star lineup, and it's from the back end of the 80s. It's from 89, but the actual release on VHS only came out in 90, so there was that like little weird crossover phase. But it is Girls Are Easy. I love this film. There's no way this film should be a PG. You know what I mean? In any way, I mean. Gina Davis is hot in everything she fucking does, and she's fucking stunning in this.
Oh yeah,
there's no way the sexual innuendo just in this film alone should not be a PG.
I mean, hey, I saw that when I was probably 8 years old. We rented it, and that's when I first saw it.
But it's a good one, and it's one that I've always liked. And I managed to find a really nice, clean ex-rental copy of it as well.
Very nice. That movie draws like two different kinds of people: the sci-fi people and people looking for easy women. So
people looking for Gina Davis.
I found what I think to be an Austrian version of that in the first story many moons ago. I don't know where it is, but I think it's either Austrian or German. I can't really. It's like Volkswagen. It's I don't know what it was doing there, but I had to buy it.
This video store didn't give a fuck. Sorry to cut you off, Cap.
Yeah, see, everyone says this. Everyone I speak to, everyone I know, regardless where they are geographically, always tells me, yeah, video shop didn't give a fuck. I must have got the only guy in the world that was an absolute prick about it. You know what I mean? It was like,
I don't know what he was doing that for. It's like nobody would have been checking. Like, it's not like selling cigarettes to underage kids. It's like no one really cares about that.
No,
no one really cares.
This guy certainly did.
He took it very seriously.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to ruin an impressionable mind.
It's definitely not like
it was already ruined. It was ruined before.
Too late. Yeah.
It's not good for business to be like that. That's for sure, man.
Yeah. Yep.
No, and it was a big store. It was, you know what I mean. It wasn't sort of like small corner shop kind of store. Like we had loads of those in the UK, but it was a big store. You know what I mean? Multiple copies of the same title, and this was sort of mid to late 80s as well as so. But for some reason, no, he was always on the money with what he wanted to do. Hence why I didn't get to rent films that friends of mine were renting.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Captain and I apologize on behalf of that.
Yeah, because I just didn't get that over here. Like we were just, our video store didn't care. It's like, oh, okay, sleepaway camp, sure, here you go.
Didn't care at all. I've had it.
Yeah.
I used to go when I wanted like weird stuff or like uncommon things. I went to Video Ninja, and I'm sorry to say that Video Ninja was owned by an Asian dude, and he only spoke like this much English, and he was awesome. You show him the money, he showed you the tape, and whatever it was, man.
$10.
Oh yeah.
I'd have gone there just because it was called Video Ninja. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I loved it, man.
Nothing in the UK was called that good. You know what I mean?
Right now.
No decor inside. No decor inside. Like completely white walls with like plaster and everything that had not been sanded or painted on. movie posters, a counter, tapes on the wall, and that's it.
Well, I got one.
Video
That's
Ninja.
got to be the pinnacle. I said that about all my tapes, but the pinnacle.
I gotta run behind the store for a second.
I like the dog's bollocks.
There's a ruckus behind the store. I need to run behind the store for a second. I'll be right back. Okay?
Watch out for that alien.
Captain, hold the fort down.
Oh, I see. Okay. Ooh, it's the Captain Adam show. Ooh. Well, I guess I'll wait till Rob gets back. So,
all right, I'll show. Because Professor Macabre mentioned it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. I had that. Well, not that particular distribution, obviously, but I did have that. I sold it last summer. Yep. What a pair.
Good fun. Elvira is outstanding. Well, 2 bits of her are anyway. So
Oh, man. Oh, man. And the there's a woman in that's trying to get her. What the hell is that actress's name? I can never remember her name.
I know.
But I love her, man. She's great.
Yeah, she's
great. A Ferris Bueller. You know,
she's in the Lodge.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hang on. What did I miss out? Wait, I'll show my missing action tape while we're.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
The beginning. Actually,
that's another thing.
Arguably the best film.
Yeah. Chuck Norris,
that
cartoon.
it's the prequel, isn't it?
Was sort of like, maybe that wasn't the best thing to market to kids either. Chuck Norris and his movies like that, you know.
Chuck Norris breaking people's necks.
Well,
all right. Well.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I got this. There it is. I got Jaws 3. But someone sent me the original.
Favorite.
Oh, you got the glasses.
Nice, the original glasses.
Look at those glasses, man. That's awesome.
Just lying on the
I
other
like
side.
I like the shark on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just need a 3D version to watch now.
Jaws 3 is my favorite one, so
over the first.
Right.
Obviously.
Speaking of Corey Feldman, Rob.
Oh, cool. That's just right.
My favorite.
This movie is just.
I'm sorry.
This movie is so awesome.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I love this movie so much. Next rental copy. This is really hard to find nowadays. By the way,
I don't have it.
I got
really hard to find. This is from Super Video in Albany, New York. Super Video.
Nice.
Do that there.
All the labels.
Sorry, I wasn't sure you were popping it open there.
No, that's right. Yeah. Super Video, 1839 Central Avenue, Albany, New York. Where's the phone number? You want to call it?
Yeah, what's that? Is it 555?
Let me call it up. Hey, I'm waiting for my tape. Is somebody dropping off my tape or what?
518.
Like,
call Super Video today in Albany, New York. 518-869-6292. That's 518-869-6292. Super Video, here for you all the time.
Sorry if I don't get Sorry if I don't get to all the comments. I know that Echo said something about Toxic Avenger cartoon also.
Yes. Yep. There is a Toxic Avenger
Yeah,
cartoon.
Toxic Crusaders, man.
Toxic
That was an awesome
Crusaders.
cartoon.
That should not be a thing, but it is. And I'm
Yeah,
glad it
it's-
was.
I enjoyed
Watch
it.
all the time.
Master of the 80s.
Well, now
Hey,
I gotta go to the side of the ship here, fellas. I'll be right
Happening,
back.
Pap. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Let's go with the Department of Auto Vehicles. I remember you didn't have 3 NECA Predator figures.
I don't know. I
don't either.
When it comes to collecting NECA, I've kept away because I'll guarantee you once I start, there is no fucking stopping.
No NECA
So no NECA figures.
Well, that's not a fair statement there, Playing Down Under, because if you were
that's
born,
pretty good. Yeah, you'd be 10
Well,
by the end of it.
depends on what 80s you're talking about. If you were born in
Yeah.
1980 or 81, you could have some memories by the end, by
Yeah,
the
of course.
late mids to end of 80s.
Yeah, and all the stuff like when I was a kid, all the sort of like early to mid 70s stuff just rolled over into the 80s. All that 80s stuff rolled over into the 90s. So
Yep.
you would have experienced it at some point.
Right.
For sure. I'm born in 75, so I was
Yeah, well,
5 years old in 80. I remember like Buck Rogers and Battlestar
Yeah,
Galactica,
yeah.
and all these kind of things. But I was, for me, what makes me prime time for 80s, in my opinion, in 1985, I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And 10 years old is like, okay, yeah, it's young, but it's just before puberty, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're watching everything. Like, oh man, the movies that I watched, like for an example, where the fuck is
I mean, 84 and 85 is an absolute sweet spot.
this
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
movie
yeah.
right here?
Brilliant.
I
Science.
saw this when I was
Yeah.
10 years old, man, and this thing was my life, man.
Yeah.
That was my life. This movie. That's all I cared about was this movie, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is my also. I wanted to
This
show
is-
before. This is my first, either my first or my second favorite. This one and Better Off Dead, I fight back and forth with, and because the both of them involve a chick, young, dudes, trying to be cool and all that stuff, kind of thing. That at that time for me was like that was my shit, right? I love that.
Well, who remembers the biggest year of the 80s? 1989. Two of the biggest films to come out.
Yeah, I mean, both were event cinema. I can remember queuing to watch Batman, and I was in line for 6 hours. 6 hours.
Wow.
To queue to get in, because my local cinema only had 3 screens, and they was only showing it on one, and I was at the tail end of the queue. So. 6 hours. 6 hours in a line, waited to see Batman '89 with a friend of mine, Stephen, and then was blown away by it. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I saw both of them as well in the theater. Batman 2, I saw on like an opening day. If it wasn't the day, it was probably the second day, maybe. I saw The Last Crusade in the theater with my father. The only movie that I saw with my father.
I saw it with my father as well, and my younger brother. And what happened was my younger brother was violently ill halfway through the screening, and my dad had to take my brother out, and he just left me on my own. So it was great.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. My father took me to. I was at the theater for the first Star Wars in like '78. I was like 2.5 years old or something like that. But I don't remember it. I was a kid. I was a baby, obviously. But my father took me to that. But I don't count that.
Yeah,
I
I'm told.
remember The Last Crusade, and that's when I count.
I'm told I went to a drive-in as an infant to go see Empire Strikes Back in '80. That's what I'm told, but I don't know if it's true or not as an infant. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, for years and years, I always thought the first film that I saw at cinemas was E.T. So that was cool. Yeah, that was great. E.T. Then when I was doing some research a couple of years back, turns out that it wasn't the first film that I ever saw at cinemas. It turns out that my grandfather had taken me watching fucking Condor Man. So Condor Man was the first film that I ever saw at cinemas.
Nice.
So,
Better than E.T.
yeah. So, and I love Condor Man. Condor Man's great.
That's pretty funny, Cap, that we both have a similar story about seeing one of the early Star Wars and not
Well,
remember.
I mean, they had to do something with us. They might as well take them with it,
Yeah, I think we were soul brothers in another life or something, maybe.
I think it might have been.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
All right, cool. At least I don't feel. At least I don't feel awkward for saying that.
No, I know it's totally possible.
What you got?
I really believe in that kind of stuff.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah,
great.
The best Thor movie ever. The best Thor.
Yeah.
Man, I love Elizabeth Shue so much when I was young, man. Karate Kid. Oi.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, this is actually pretty hard to find too. I don't know.
In the UK.
Elizabeth Shue was my 80s thing. I don't. You guys obviously probably had somebody else. I guess I assume.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, it's Winona Ryder was beautiful and kick-ass at the same time. So it was.
Yeah, not a bad choice.
I don't know.
I always liked curly hair blondes, man, and ever since I was 10 years old.
I'm just gonna say I don't think I had a favorite. I'm just gonna say all of them. Like I just all of them were on the menu.
Good answer.
All yeah.
Jennifer Connelly, you can't go wrong with a bit of Jennifer Connelly. You know,
yeah.
Career opportunities. Holy shit.
Yeah.
My wife today has curly blonde hair, so.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly's fun and all until you watch Requiem for a Dream, and then you just sort of.
I haven't seen that luckily.
Yeah,
man.
The Hot One or whatever it's called. Is good.
I have got a Jennifer Connelly tape that we'll have a look at in a bit.
What's that movie where she's riding the
career opportunities?
Yeah, that's it.
Just every boy's fantasy.
It's some good cinematography.
Yes, certainly is. slow it down and watch the boobies. That's all it needs.
Maddie got it.
I have one that's one of the greatest in my collection, I think. UHF, baby.
UHF.
I love that.
Another one that's really hard to find too.
Another one I do not have.
I think
shout out
DVD in the UK.
I showed out a pretty good amount for this. It wasn't easy to find.
I like
this
that.
This is interesting. It's an ex rental from Raps Bicycle Center Incorporated, Butler, Pennsylvania. 287-8048. Another phone number. No zip code. This is pre-zip code or area code phone number.
Nice.
So that's interesting. Nice. It's a bicycle center that rented tapes.
Oh, I don't know.
UHF, man. UHF is the inspiration for the Static Realm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
You can tell.
What do you think about the Static Realm, Cap? I haven't heard from you, man. What's going on? What do you think?
Well, I told you I liked it. I hit you up the other night.
Well, you said something a little quickly, but I mean, I need some input. What do you think?
I thought it was very well done, and I think, yeah.
Was it funny? Did you like the jokes?
I like the
feedback, man. Shit, lay into me. Let's go.
I like the what the hell, Rex Flexer? Is that the news reporter? I like that bit the best. It's like my favorite one.
Really?
Cuts his hand.
The burger show was good. Like when you fell asleep in the restaurant.
Very jealous of those burgers.
Yeah.
Now,
I was going to say the same thing.
Was that the waitress that woke you up?
Yeah.
Like somebody tapped you on the shoulder.
Yeah, that was a waitress.
They think you were dead or something?
No. But nobody says nothing. I mean, like, everybody likes what they like, but I haven't heard anybody say anything about like the Area 13 one when the aliens were having sex behind the house. That's my favorite one, man, and no one says nothing about it.
He's doing it doggy style. You know what I mean?
And a second one pops up. and no one says nothing about it. I'm like, there's aliens having sex with a blow-up doll, and no one says nothing.
Seen all that before.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the night vision. The night vision. That's pretty funny. It's good stuff, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
Did you film the drunken werewolf in an actual cemetery?
Yeah,
I mean that was great.
I'm not bailing you.
my house, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's finally out. You're doing more, right?
Yeah, you got to carry on now. I can't just do one.
Well, I'm trying to. If I have enough time, I'm going to try to do a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I always remember you got to at least do 4. If you're not going to do something for a long time, at least do 4 of them. You know what I mean? That's like the magic number.
Well, I'd like to do a bunch of them. It's all just about time and content and everything else, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I liked it, Rob. You
And Steve the ghost interview, man, when he's talking about the first job he got was doing the blow job in Ghostbusters. That's
blow
awesome.
job in Ghostbusters, yeah.
I mean, I thought that was hilarious. The guy's like, and he's like, I remember seeing a white ghost, like a woman above him, and he's like, yeah, she only did the visuals.
Yeah,
yeah, they swapped out. It was a different take.
I did the acting, so to speak. I thought that was
Richard
great.
Edlund's and stuff.
Right. You'll have to excuse me a second, gentlemen. Nature calls.
Yeah, it's his turn now.
We'll be here.
All right, this comedies.
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I debated whether bringing Crocodile Dundee.
Cultural.
Cap, which one's your favorite of those 3?
Such a big.
Oh man, Coming to America. Well, that's tough because Naked Gun's like the funniest movie in the world.
Yeah, I know you like Naked Gun. That's why I asked that.
Nice
but I mean, so it's kind of unfair to put it up against it. I would say Coming to America.
For me, it's an easy Coming to America.
Yeah,
but I know you like Naked Gun. I know you like Naked Gun, so that's why I asked.
Yes, fuck you too.
yes.
I mean, Dundee's cool and all, but to me, the second one's superior.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Who's
I agree.
next?
I agree. The second Dundee's better, I think.
There you go.
Second Dundee's better.
It's like, look.
Yeah, it's good how they swap it.
The girl doesn't want to talk to you. Can't you get that through your greasy head?
Just let your soul
go. Man, I can't even try to get to that octave. Oh.
Let it shine through.
Sorry. Sexual chocolate, everybody.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate. It sounds so lovely, don't you agree? Knowing the clap.
Oh man!
You know that one guy's like, "Oh, he's good. He's good." And
yeah,
he was crazy.
Hey, well, you guys, it's again another quintessential '80s movie, just based on the fact that John Stamos is in it, Vanity, one of Prince's backup singers, is in it, and Gene Simmons is in it. Too Young to Die, Never Too Young to Die. Never seen this movie?
I've never seen it.
Oh, go ahead.
It's Gene Simmons plays.
Yeah.
Gene's...
Oh, sorry, I muted him. I muted him. Here we go. Sorry about that, Cap. There we go.
Gene Simmons plays a hermaphrodite crime lord.
Yes. Yes.
You got to see it. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. That's all I can say.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, it's not a good movie. Don't get. It's not a good movie. It's absolutely outrageous and just completely stupid, but it's worth a watch.
Well, let's see what else I got here. I think. How about this one here?
I have that too. Yeah, I have that too.
I almost watched that once.
Yeah.
Did you have a hard time getting a hold of that, Rob? I had a hard
Actually,
time finding it.
to tell you
I
the
think
truth,
it's only
no.
expensive
This
in
is
the
like
UK.
I got this pretty early in my collecting, actually.
Did you? Yeah, I had a hard time finding mine.
And
Like
Steve
nobody
the
had
Ghost, Steve the Ghost auditioned for Ghost Dad, as you know, in the Static Realm. He didn't get it. He didn't get it because he was like insensitive to children. And
And what?
if you notice, if you pay attention, there's a theme going through the whole thing where I don't really like kids.
I don't either, Rob.
I have two kids. I have two kids.
But
I have two
yours.
kids, and I don't like kids. When people say, "Well, you have kids," I say, "Yeah, well, I like them."
Yeah, I like my own. Yeah,
Different.
perfectly fine with me own. Yeah. Fuck
Completely
everybody
different.
else's.
Yeah, completely different. Yeah.
You know.
Go on, I'll throw a tape up. Again, from '89. I love Monty Python. I love the Monty Python crew. I love everything that Monty Python have done. And when this one popped up and I saw this for the first time, it ticks all the boxes for me. It's got that fantasy sort of genre to it. It's got some of the Monty Python crew in there. It's Eric the Viking.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I forgot about that movie.
Brilliant film. Absolutely off its head. He's a Viking that doesn't want to be a Viking, but gets put on a quest. It's really good. Some of the Monty Python crew's in there. I think John Cleese is in it. This was one that I rented on a regular basis. It's just funny. It's just slapstick. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to it. You know what I mean? The story wise, it's nothing but it's a cool film. It's always one that stuck with me.
Yeah, I watched that about maybe about a few months ago. One night when I had a couple of smokes and went to bed and put it on, and
yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Oh, it's a perfect film for that.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for, you know. And I was going through it, and I was like, "Oh, there's the Viking. I don't take a ride for a bit."
Comedy films. I haven't seen it for a long time.
I'm slapstick. All right, what else we got? Excuse me.
No.
So what about here's an 80s movie that I don't know, I guess kind of reminds me of both 80s and 70s. Does that sound you understand what I'm trying to say, Cap?
Yeah, well, if it was right on the cusp of
I get it.
Yeah,
I think you know what I mean when I show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because it was like early 80s, yeah.
It's like what, 80, 81 or something?
I think 81,
Cinderella Story.
81, 82. I can't really remember, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
but this movie, okay, it might have been even in a little bit of the early of 80s, but when you watch it, it's very 70s.
Yeah, sure, they still had that flavor to it. Yeah,
yes,
just like
very 70s. It's got some 80s nonsense to it, but a lot of the style and the clothing and stuff like that, and other things.
Just like I was gonna. That's funny you say. I was going to show DC Cab.
Yeah, DC Cab is awesome.
That's like the same story where it's like very early. This is 83, and it's like very. It's still got a lot of 70 holdovers.
That's awesome. That's another tape I don't have.
Yeah, it's got a lot of.
I don't got tonight. He's flexing. Yeah. The Cap is flexing tonight.
Gary Busey. Yeah. Gary Busey's in that.
Mr. T in a film with TNA.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, Rob. Where it's a movie that has a lot of 1970s holdover in it, where it's like it's an 80s movie, yes, but it kind of looks like the 70s because it's so early.
Yeah.
So, very good point, sir.
Cheers. See how we looped that around? We connected it.
Segway.
That's quality.
Segway City. Segway City, baby.
That's what they came for.
Excuse me.
There you go. And that. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Gareth? Are you out, Gareth? You finished your arsenal, or you?
Yeah.
Are you out of ammo or what?
I'm out of the X rentals.
No pressure. I still got some. So
let's see what my horrors look like. Sorry. No, I ain't got nothing. Circle back. I'll warm up.
So with this, what the fuck is it? This is an actual X rental, even though if in your guys' terms and well most people's terms it's not because it's still got a slips cover on it. But here they would still have X rentals with slip covers on it, and the Manhattan Project.
Yeah,
cool.
You'll see the numbers there, and there's a piece of Velcro here. And that's where they put the tag. They put the tag on it because they'd have the tape. They'd have the tape over on the counter and the box on the shelf with the tag on it, and then you just take the tag and bring it to the counter, and then they give you the tape.
Nice,
cool.
Yeah, I do. I do have that, but it's in the clamshell, the HBO video clamshell. One of the first tapes I ever got from my collection.
Never seen it around here.
Yeah. Good stuff. John Lithgow, who can beat him?
It's actually a little bit of a rare tape for me, anyways, because I haven't seen this anywhere around here, anyway.
Right, I'll do one more.
Oh, brilliant! I fucking love it. I mean, chocolate chip Charlie, all day long. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck me, great.
Oh, look at that! It's so gross.
It's a fantastic film. I recently showed it at a film night that we host. Only a couple of weeks back, we host a night called the Wigan Cult Film Club in the town where I live, and I showed The Blob and The Stuff. So everyone turned up. We had about 30 people turn up, and everyone knew The Blob. I did the remake, not the original. And then no one really knew The Stuff. And I played The Stuff thinking, I don't know how it's going to go down. And people fucking loved it. You know what I mean? It's amazing. The dialogue in it, the story, it's batshit crazy. It doesn't make any sense at any given time. But that was cool. I love The Stuff. I mean, Larry Cohen films,
Yeah, I love Larry Cohen. Even A Return to Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on here. Everybody's talking. What's Josh got to say?
Busy chat.
Kenny Loggins' song, "Nobody's Fool."
Kenny Loggins, he can do one. He turned me down because he's doing his final tour, apparently. So
I don't know if I remember that song. I'd have to hear it to remember.
To me.
What else you got, Cap?
That's actually it.
Okay. Well,
go on.
But I mean, I have more, but like they're just sort of like
good Canadian quality.
I got that.
Strange Brew,
which is odd because I never saw it before until someone gave it to me a few years ago. Terrence again.
What'd you think?
Inspiration. Once again, Bob and Doug McKenzie, man. Like, there's definitely inspiration for what I do.
Got some bruise, eh?
Like I kind of try to I based like the Drunken Werewolf a little bit off of this, but not so much, but a bit.
Did you like that movie, Gareth? Did you?
I did. I quite enjoyed it. I've never seen anything. Those two characters.
Awesome, man. This is a great movie. You don't like this movie, Cap?
I love that movie. I just kind of wonder what people who weren't from North America, what they thought of it, if they kind of like, if they got it or not. Because I was like, that is pretty, pretty North America. That's like.
I've never seen it.
Yes. No, I've never seen it. Oh, go check it out.
Very Canadian. It's very like northern United States. Like that's like drinking beer like all the time. Because it's always just like so cold
Canadian
out.
movie, man.
Yeah.
Check out Bob and Doug McKenzie. They got a Christmas album and shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I have that one too. Like I'm saying, I'm sure we have a lot. That's why I didn't bring that. I'm sure we have a lot of the same things, Rob. I was like, I'm not bringing ET.
I don't. No, we don't, because you just pulled out like 5 tapes that I don't have.
With the rest of them, though, I assure you.
And I'm trying to pull out tapes that you don't have, and it's not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. What am I going to pull out here that you don't have?
Oh, he's gonna whip it out. I hope he pulls it out.
Hey!
I know you got that.
Oh man, we're working blue. Working blue tonight.
I got two choices. I only got two choices. I'm pretty sure you got it. I only have two choices here that I'm pretty sure you don't have.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you don't have that. You might not have
A penis.
like the Vestron Demon the Cube.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I don't have
now
that.
we're talking. Now we're
Don't have
talking.
Frosted tips.
You don't have that one?
No, I don't have it.
Good. Boom.
It's
Work for
kind
me.
of hard to find. Kind of hard to find.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it to a vote, people that want Blu-ray and 4K, that is very much up there with what everyone wants.
Mhm.
People have been screaming for it for years.
And then they regret it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That Vestron. I totally want that.
I scored with that one.
Love Vestron stuff. I have like a little sub collection of Vestron video.
Yeah, that one's
I'm
great.
working on.
Yeah, I have a little collection going. I mean, I have a couple titles that are like good titles, but a lot of the other titles are just like meh, you know.
Mhm.
So I made a stack the other day and I took a picture of it and I was like, not all those titles flash enough, so I fucking scrapped it. Well, here, how about
paid
this?
for 90 minutes, so I'm going.
Miami Vice movie and part 2 and the second movie.
I see. I don't have the second movie. I have the first one. I don't have the second one. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
Well, that was my best
So-
try. Well, for now anyway. For now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, I got to go, guys.
All right, man. Thanks for
Check
hanging
him
out.
on.
Thanks for
Nice
coming
Nice
by.
chatting with you, dude.
Appreciate everything.
It's, all right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, man. See you later.
Yeah.
Love you. What?
Go on. I'll throw a tape up.
What you got, man?
Bit of a story behind this one. So when I was about 13, 14, horror was never really on my radar. I'm a massive sci-fi fan. I'm a massive fantasy fan. I like action films. And in the town where I live, on a Sunday, there used to be an indoor car boot sale, which is pretty much like a flea market or whatever. And there was a gentleman on there that used to sell ex-rental tapes. And they used to be £3 for £5 for the like really shitter older tapes, or £3 for £10 for the pretty good stuff. Now, being at 13, 14-year-olds, I only ever had £5, so I was always in the £3 for £5 ex-rental stuff. And I found 2 tapes this day, and I couldn't find a third. And the guy said to me, what kind of stuff are you into? So I told him, and then he said, do you ever go down the horror route? And I said, no, not really. I've never really dipped my toe into the whole horror stuff, which normally most kids at that age will have done, but I just stayed away for some reason. I don't know why. And he said, well, take this one, and if you don't like it, bring it back next week and you can trade it for something else. And I said, yeah, okay. And I took it home, I watched it, and it blew my tiny fucking mind because of all the music that was involved. Motorhead, Iron Maiden. I'm an old metal kid, and it just blew my socks off. And that was Creepers.
Yeah, I forgot all about that movie.
Just
Yeah.
now the UK version of this Creepers is cut to hell. It's only 88 minutes long. The original film's about 113 minutes, I think. It is annihilated. And when I watched the Blu-ray release that Arrow put out, it's a good few years ago when that came out, I was gobsmacked by how much had actually been edited out of this. But this was my sort of like step into horror, really. And I loved it for it. I love the music. Again, it's got Jennifer Connelly in it. It's got a crazy monkey. What you know what I mean? You can't really go wrong. She could talk to insects. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But
what was it?
But it was,
it was called something else over here, or what was the other name for it?
It's called. Hold on, I've got the Blu-ray somewhere. It's called. Why can't I think what it's called? Yeah, it's people are screaming at me now. Phenomena.
Yeah, Phenomenon. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's running on the tip of my tongue. I
Yeah,
couldn't think of it.
But I have had this ex-rental tape for years and years.
That's, great, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, and I'll never get rid of it. It is really, really good. But this was my stepping off point to horror, really.
That's good. That's a good one. Nice
Yeah,
one.
Professor, I don't have the Monster Squad, man. I wish I did.
Professor, I did, and since Rob, we were talking about Vestron videos just now. I was saying that I had it, but I sold it for a pretty good price. But I do regret selling it. I wish I had it because it was obviously a Vestron, and I wish I had it in my little. But I had it.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be a nice tape.
yeah, another one that's kind of hard to track down. Goes for a lot.
Way she goes, man. Way she goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did actually talk about Wrath of Khan, my 75th anniversary Paramount Home Video version that Josh was talking about.
Blade Runner, yeah, man, I love Blade Runner. That's
kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, two posters that I own, original one sheets for the director's cut. There was 2 alternative posters in the UK when the director's cut came out. And I have both of those posters. I would love to do more with my movie poster collection, but it's so hard to film and make it look right. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But I have a lot. I have a lot of original posters.
Gotta find the right angle. This one glare.
You always get too much light on
too
them.
Much glare, and you just kind of gotta. I don't know, do it. I don't know. You'll figure it out though. There is a way to do it.
There is, and I've seen a couple of guys do it, and they've made it look good, but probably their equipment's better than mine. So it's,
yeah, I know. It's always that. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No wonder it looks so good. Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite.
Yes.
Can't talk about 80s movies without showing off fucking Great Outdoors.
Fantastic film. Fantastic.
I love this movie so much.
Yeah, and for some reason in the UK, it doesn't get the love that it deserves. I don't know why. I don't know what it's like in Canada or in the US, but even the UK, it just never got any love. And it's actually really good.
Yeah, I guess it's just because maybe it's just not relatable very much over there because up there it's like camping trips and going up to the mountains. That's like everyday stuff in the States, right, Rob? Yeah.
It's
that's like right around the what the hell is that? Well, it's right on the border between the United States and Canada where they camp out. I can't remember what the thing was called. Right outside of Illinois.
Where they shot that?
Where it takes place. It's like right on the border. I think it takes place in Canada. It was like right over the border.
I don't know. I looked it up, but because they're at like a Paul Bunyan place or something like that.
Right.
Well, that's probably where it was filmed. But I mean, it takes place, I think, like right in Canada there. I think.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure though.
I can't remember. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
But it's all around that area somewhere.
Yeah. Northwoods.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I got to get going here tonight. I got to get some stuff going on here. So, Tony, it was really nice to talk to you, buddy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, mate. It's been a blast.
Yeah. And everybody out there, tune into Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship. 10 o'clock tonight. I have Fright Night Friday. Me and Little Creeper watching Bride of the Monster. So tune in and watch along with us for some commentary and some cool factoids about that. So, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, man.
That's cool.
Fellas. It was a good talk. Good VHS talk, fellas.
Definitely, man. Take care.
Right, man.
Yep.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you, buddy. We'll talk.
All right.
Okay, dude. I mean, I'm sat on a fucking ton of shit here, so you know what I mean. It's we can go as long as you want to go.
Well, I guess we'll kind of wrap it up there.
Yeah,
I had like 2 honorable mentions on the side. I was gonna show off like Iron Eagle and Footloose.
Oh, Iron Eagle, dude. Iron Eagle all day long. Fantastic film. Fantastic. I mean, forget Top Gun. You know what I mean? I hate Top Gun with a passion. Iron Eagle, yeah, it's
I
a
can't say I
fantastic
hate
film.
Top Gun. I like Top Gun, but I mean, I love Iron Eagle too.
I
It's
don't
like
know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's so American that I never got it. It just never sort of landed with me at all. It was like I never
okay.
at any point of the film that I could sort of grasp it and understand it. I get the film, you know what I mean, but from a British point of view, it doesn't really sit that well. It's odd, you know what I mean. It's
For me, it was
I'll
like I was in elementary school, and it was like, you know, the hot chick, and he was the cool guy, and I remember going to like a elementary school dance and dancing to the song that they played in that movie and everything, you know. So
yeah.
a lot of it like reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah. I get it. It was a huge film, and the soundtrack of it is
Right.
really good.
Whether I liked it or not, it was like a whole part of it, you know. Like it just
Yeah,
represents that era for me.
yeah. I mean, I'll throw two honourable mentions up, then we'll get out of here.
Cool.
So again, I'm a massive fantasy sword and sorcery fan. I mean, that is my bread and butter. So there is Willow on an X rental. I adore Willow. It's a great film. You can't go wrong with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, just there's some of the effects hold up, no, but it is really good.
It didn't get a lot of love, at the beginning, I don't think.
Nope, I don't know why, because the storyline and the acting is actually really good in it.
Yeah, I don't find nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, it's shot beautifully. But one of my all-time favorites, not my all-time favorite, but one of my all-time favorites, it's Krull. I mean, I fucking adore this film. Like you wouldn't believe. I saw this at a really early age. Obviously you guys won't get them over there, but a local labour club that used to that my dad used to frequent years ago. On a Sunday, they used to do a sort of dads and lads day on a Sunday. So all the guys would turn up, bring the sons with them. They would drink beer while we would watch a film. And I remember one time we turned up and they told us they'd got Star Wars. So everyone was buzzing. They got Star Wars. We sat down. They went, "Oh, we're really sorry we didn't get Star Wars. Couldn't get it. We've got this film instead, Krull." And I got, "What the hell is that? I've never heard of it." And I watched it, and I was mesmerised by it. And ever since, it's been one of my all-time favourites. It is a brilliant film. It's cheesy, it's corny, you know what I mean? But I love it for it. So yeah,
I have like a personal joke. I have actually an inside joke with a friend of mine who's an absolute movie fan and knows a lot about film and stuff. And every time he gets drunk, he always just wants. He's like, "I'm going home. I'm going home to watch Krull."
Yeah.
Every time he's whacked, you know, and he's like, when he's heading home, it's like the go-to movie, you know.
It's a brilliant film. It really is. At the particular time, it was like the who's who of British acting, really. You know what I mean? There's loads of great British actors in it. But it's a fantastic film, and it makes no sense sometimes. But I love it for it. I love it dearly for it. It's great.
Those kind of movies, like I'm saying, they hold like a time. Like when a person watches them, it holds that time in memory for them. You know, like,
it does. It does.
That's why he reverts to that. He reverts to Krull because it's like a comfort movie to him.
Yeah, and that's really why I gravitate to 80s films. It's not because there was any good. You know what I mean? A lot of them was absolutely toss. You know what I mean? It was just rubbish. But what I gravitate to is that period of time when I was younger and I was watching this kind of stuff and I loved it. Then I just constantly go back to it. And a lot of people laugh on other live streams I've done or other videos I've done, and people go, "Well, you can't seem to get past 1994, Tony." No, I can't. Because everything after 94, I'm just no interest in. You know, I'm just no interest in it at all.
Yeah, I don't want to. So, I'm the same thing, man. I don't. Everything that I watch is like in that time period, and
I
have a hard time watching new things. I have to really be recommended by a friend or something to watch it.
Yes, yeah, I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same.
I just don't want to waste my time with something that I don't want, that I'm not going to enjoy, you know?
Exactly, where I can put something on and I know I like it and I know I enjoy it, then I'll get something out of it. You know what I mean? Give me 3 hours. Yeah, give me 3 hours of your life to a film that when I finish with it, I got, well, that was fucking shit.
And halfway through, you already know you don't like it. So you don't like it halfway through, so you're already getting pissed. So you're already getting a bad taste in your mouth, and you're not even accepting it for the rest of the half. This thing, like
exactly.
I turn off so many movies, man, and I hate it. I wish I can just sit through movies and watch the movies, but I turn off so many movies.
Yeah. See,
when it comes to new movies, I'm like, oh man.
And a lot of that with me is attention span. You know what I mean? My attention span dwindles. If a film's longer than 93 minutes now, I'm screwed because I just run out of patience. You know what I mean?
You can keep me for as long as you need to. You just need to grab me quick, though. Don't leave a movie where it's like it takes 45 minutes to get into the movie, and I've already judged this movie and like, no, okay, and I walked out the back door. You know what I mean? Like, catch the person like right away. Let them know what they're in for, so they get invested and stay and watch the movie.
Yeah, and I've done it with so much recently, where I've wanted to enjoy the film. I've been anticipating the film, and then when I've watched the film, I've gone, oh, this was shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly. I've done it myself so many times, and that's the reason why I stick to watching VHS tapes, because at least I know that whatever tape I pop in there, I'm going to enjoy it in some capacity, right?
Yeah, and you know what I mean. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I collect VHS when I can find it. My biggest problem is storage. I haven't got the room. You know what I mean? So I only buy things that I want. I only buy things that I like. I do not blind buy any kind of film at all. People always look at me and go, well, how'd you find out about new things? I fucking don't. That's the simple answer. I don't find out about new things because I don't blind buy. I don't blind buy.
It's only by word of mouth for me, man.
Yeah, but I've crap loads of Blu-ray and I've crap loads of DVD and I've loads of VHS tapes. But it's only the stuff that I gravitate to. It's only the stuff that I truly like. You see some people buying things, and I'm thinking, why the fuck have you bought that? You know what I mean? You bought it to put on a shelf and show it off. You're not bought it because you truly love it. What you'll find in my collection, there's no great films in my collection. There's films that I love, and there's films that I truly enjoy. But you won't find Citizen Kane in here. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. Throw me some crappy B movie sci-fi flick, then I'm going to be all over it.
Yeah, for sure. It's customized to your personality and what you like.
Yeah,
that's what a collection is supposed to be, right? So.
Yeah, it's
100%. Well, we're going to wrap it up, man. Going on 2 hours now. Thank you for coming and hanging out so long, man, and having a good time. And I thought it was a great stream.
It was fantastic, mate. Thank you very much for the invite, man, as well. It's very much appreciated.
Not a problem, man. Anytime you want to stop by, you're more than welcome. You just let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome every Friday.
Thank you very much. Cool, man.
All right, everybody. I want to say thanks for stopping by. I'm going to
adios, everybody.
Horror Cat Dad and Friends and Michael Myers and who else came out? Let's go back here. These guys are going at it like crazy. Playing Down Under, Friends, Josh. I try to go through and try to name off the dudes that stop by.
Yeah, a couple of guys I know. Brad from 4K Tent Revival turned up. Pap turned up. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for dropping
in. Anybody I'm forgetting? I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back. Sean Blue Digital. All right, we're going to sign off, and thanks again, man.
Thank you for having me.
Later, brother. Let's end it.